what are your go-to favorite sex positions?
I am so basic. I love missionary.
I love missionary too. I think it's great. I think it's fucking great.
It feels the best for me, like with Mike at least. One thing that's interesting that I just started like doing with him that I never did with anyone else is I said that we like missionary. So like whenever he's on top, I'll like, and he's like going, and now I'll like pull him in like even harder, just so it goes like all the way like deep.
Are you pulling like his hips?
Yeah, his hips.
How?
Just like slamming it in.
And it's like you can't get in and hard enough. Like you're like, I literally want you inside of my guts.
Yes.
I think that goes back to the enthusiasm. Like girls listening, it's like if you can be grabbing the man, like even if it starts
helping
slow,
him like fuck you.
Yes, and then all of a sudden it's like ramping up and you're having missionary, and then all of a sudden you're grabbing him, even if you kind of like grab the back of his ass almost, and like
I love
pull
touching
him.
His ass.
Oh, Mike, what a great ass you've got over there, pal. I feel like you have an amazing, you do you feel, I know you have an amazing ass. Does Mike like fucking you from behind a lot or no?
We rarely do like doggy positions. We rarely do reverse cowgirl. My ex was obsessed with
reverse
like,
cowgirl.
Yeah, and doggy. Like he was an ass guy.
Right.
Mike's a boob guy. So they literally want to look at like what they're more into. Like Mike like has to touch the boobs. He has to suck the boobs while he's like doing everything like.
I love the way you said Mike has to suck the boobs. Mike has to touch the boobs.
Like if I, God forbid, I leave my shirt on during a blowjob, like
he's like, in what world do you think I'm going to be able to come if I don't see that nipple?
He's like, I have to see the titties.
Wait, that is fascinating because it is so true. Like men are so visual, and so whatever they're more into, which is crazy. Like some are. I feel like more guys are more ass guys recently than tit guys, but I think that's just like our generation, and then it's soon gonna change because I feel like it used to be
it's going back towards skinny girls, which sucks because I bought this big fucking butt, I got these big fucking titties, and now guys want girls who have like skinny little legs. No,
it's
butt.
crazy. It's so crazy because I feel like the Kardashians changed our generation, and like they were getting all like the butt and the injections and everything, and then every girl was like, okay, I need to have the hourglass shape. Now all of a sudden it's like how like skinny can you be?
How skinny
it's Bella Hadid. Yes. Like it's like look like you're so famish that you're gonna pass out at any moment. Yes. Beautiful.
And I can starve myself all that I want, but I got these big old titty and ass now, and they're not gonna go away.
Wait, no, but you like look amazing, so you're fine. You. It's amazing. You have a tattoo on your ass of an ex.
Yeah, so my ex-husband.
So maybe that's why Mike doesn't want to fuck you behind, because he's looking at the guy's name. I never
thought of it like that.
Yes.
He does ask me to remove it. I told him once he proposes.
Wait, that's actually kind of amazing. Wait, why haven't you removed it?
It's just like a lot of work. I also take Accutane, so I'm not supposed to like do lasers like on my skin because
your skin looks amazing.
I think my skin will like fall off or something.
You're gonna like die. Your butt's gonna have like a little patch.
Just like missing skin on my ass. That wouldn't be good.
How did you even decide to get that on your ass? Was that a big moment? I can't imagine getting a guy's name on my ass.
Okay, you're gonna think that I'm crazy.
I don't.
But
go ahead.
I was 18. We were only dating for a month.
Lana.
And I wanted to get a tattoo. I was like, let me get your name on my ass. And it turned out to be good luck. Like, we were together for a long ass time.
Right.
Got married. Like, I don't regret it.
Do you like a guy to be vocal in bed?
I love whenever Mike like talks dirty, and I love like enthusiasm too. Like I love whenever he makes noises, makes weird faces. Like give me all the weird faces.
Yes.
Occasionally he'll like talk dirty whenever he's like really horny, and I love that.
I just want guys to be more vocal in bed. It's so hot.
It's the sexiest thing.
It's
it
so
really
fucking
is.
hot. Like sometimes I'll look up there and like I've had guys where I'm like, are you breathing? Like, how are we doing up there? Like, are you awake? Like, what's going on? Like, make a noise. Like, breathe. Please. Exhale. And it's like, what is going on? And I wish, and I guess men sometimes don't know what to say. Like, I feel like sometimes they get too in their heads of like, the girl's supposed to dirty talk. But I'm like, even if a guy looks at me and is like, oh, fuck, baby, your pussy feels so good.
Oh
or like,
my God, that would be
I'm
so
like,
hot.
I just came. Like, I'm like, oh my God, I'm having an orgasm. But not enough men, like, if you're listening to this, for the love of fucking God, coming from Alexandra Cooper and Lana Rhoades, please speak up. Please. And the grunts. Like, I've made fun of it because I just think it's funny. Like, sometimes guys have different, like, faces. And when he's coming, like, have you had the guys that are like, like, they're, like, having, like, an exorcism. They're like,
I would love that. Like, more expression, the better.
Right?
I love whenever they make an ugly ass face, whenever they're like,
no, it's so true. It's like, as funny as it kind of is when you think back later when you're like sobered out of the sex,
so
if
hot.
he is like freaking the fuck out, I'm like, yeah, that's what my pussy just did to you.
Yes,
and it's like the best.
Yes.
So, but then I also think there are girls that, because I think guys would never fake that. So then girls who are known to sometimes fake orgasms, which like I faked an orgasm in my life. Are you fucking kidding? Of course, I will not sit here and be like, never in my life have I not faked one. Like I have. Not that it's not that I'm enjoying it, but I've been with some guys that I'm like, okay, this needs to like wrap up. I had a great time, but like let's go.
Yeah.
Everyone has. You've faked an orgasm.
Yeah, only whenever guys have like insisted on eating my pussy and I want it to be over with.
And you're like, listen.
Well, I try telling them, I'm like, listen, let's just use my vibrator.
Right, like here you go, here it is. And he's like, no, my tongue can do it. And you're like, so it can't.
At first I try like, come on, just fuck me, come on.
You try to grab
but
them.
Then they're like, no, let me finish you, baby. Then I'm like, okay, I just came.
No, that is the fucking worst when you try to convince them. You're like, okay, fuck me. Like, and you try to do it so sexual, like they've eaten you out long enough. You're like, okay, yeah, now fuck me. And then when they're like, no, and you're like,
take a hint.
Take a hint. A man's balls are a very like foreign region to women, because it's the whole misconception of like, if you touch it the wrong way, he will die. Like he will start crying. Like, how do you work with the balls and the asshole on a man?
The balls, like, it really depends on the guy. Like, some guys don't like it. Yeah. Some have less sensitivity and you can tug on them. Yes. Put them all in your mouth. Yes. Like, some
other guys are like, fuck.
Yeah, it hurts whenever you try to do it.
And it's so interesting to always see, like, the difference in the balls. Because some have, like, really tight, smaller ones, and then other really saggy.
Interesting fact about Mike, I don't know if this is every guy, but he has something that we call like morning balls. In the morning they're like super tight, like sucked up, like looks like a 12-year-old.
Wait, what?
Yes, they're like really tight and perky in the morning, and then at nighttime they're like
slowly sag
they're like
down.
all saggy out like grandpa balls.
Wait, that's so interesting. I'm gonna have to inspect.
Like
I don't know. Now I'm gonna have to look. I know. Fuck. No. Next time the guy. Next time I'm gonna have to do that. Like, let me inspect the balls in the morning
and at night.
Because the guy that I'm hooking up with, we were like cuddling in the morning, and he literally took my hand. He was like, "Please, just like cup my balls. Like, I want you to just hold my balls." And I literally was holding them. They felt very like tight and up there. And then later when we were fucking, I'm like, he doesn't have like the.
They were like swinging.
Yeah, swinging. Balls are so fascinating. So no, I think that's where I always say communication. If you just ask your partner, like, babe, like, what do you like with your balls? Like, I think men would find that so hot, because some guys are like, do all the things. Yeah. I love all the things, and then other guys are like, no, I'm not into it. What about the ass? Tell us.
The ass, like, so I personally, Mike's only let me do this one time. I don't even know if I should say it.
Say it. It's call her daddy, bitch.
I find it like super like a big turn on, like getting guys to do like somewhat like feminine things. Like,
oh wait, that's kind of hot.
I got him to like go into doggy one time for me to eat it, and that's like the best position for like eating the ass, because then you can like eat it and then you can put your hand in the front and, you know, like jerk it off. So, but he's only done it one time because he thinks like going into doggy is
wait, no, I don't think
like too feminine.
I think that if a man, see, I'm on the opposite spectrum where I'm like, Mike, shout the fuck out. I think that when men can be confident enough in their sexuality to do that with their girlfriend, I think it's so hot. Because it's like, when guys to me are like, stop, like if I'm even trying to like put my finger in their ass, I'm like, what is wrong with you? Like, embrace it. It feels good. You have a fucking prostate.
Has yet to let me put my finger in his butt, and I've asked so many times. He was supposed to let me peg him for my birthday, but I guess that was a joke too, because he didn't let me do it.
Wait, okay, so you're eating his ass and then you're putting your hand around that. Would be, so I'll spit on the hand, I'll like jerk it off, or I could like do the balls, and then like I'll like drop down underneath, like lick the balls, maybe put my head on the other side, like suck in a little bit, come back over. Oh yeah, you're kind of doing like on one side of the fence and the other. You're like
I'm getting all of it.
Well, because his dick isn't a vagina, you can't go back to front on a vagina. I'm like, thank you so much for my fucking UTI and my yeast infection, you fucking bitch. But like a dick, like you can go back from their ass and like go to his dick and like nothing. I don't think anything's gonna happen. I love when guys want to just do like all the things, and I think that it makes you closer. I like getting, when I'm like in a relationship, I like to try weird shit, because even if you like push it to a level that's like insanity, I think it's like more fun because then you can lay there, and even if you're like, we didn't like that as much, or you liked it, it's you closer.
Experienced it together. Right. And I really like weird like sexual fantasies too, like to play out with Mike. He's like the first guy that I've liked doing like fantasies with, which is fun.
Wait, walk us through that.
I mean, I'll put on like the little outfits and stuff. We've done some like really weird ones. Also, he says no sometimes to like the super weird ones that I want to do.
What are the super weird ones?
I can't even say because it's like they're so fucked.
Okay.
I can't say.
Wait, like a little girl.
I mean, I've done like schoolgirl, like
okay.
I've pretended that he was like my PE teacher, but those are like the more like mild ones. Like there's literally been ones where he's like, there's no fucking way I'm doing that.
He's like, I will be mentally scarred from this and I'm not down to do this. So do you just
which annoys me. Like I want someone who's gonna do like everything that I want. Yeah.
But maybe he'll ease into it eventually.
Yeah. He'd probably have to be in the right mood for it.
Yes. So do you, I think that's exciting for, like, I think a lot of girls want to do role playing with their boyfriends, but they feel super insecure to like start it. How do you go about it? Like, do you walk into the room and like you're in a character and you don't break character? Like, how does it go down?
Yeah, so like I'll just like surprise him. Like I'll just like go into my closet, like put on like a fun outfit and come out. I guess it just depends on like your relationship. Like me and Mike are both really open, like sexually. We have like bomb ass sex.
Right.
Yeah, I'm like, I'll put on like my schoolgirl outfit. I'll be like, Mr. Cheney, I really want an A+ in your class. What can we do to work this out?
Wait, will Mike talk back?
Yeah.
Wait, stop. I love it. I'm so proud of him because I think sometimes guys have a hard time. Like girls, like we can get into character and I fucking thrive off of it. The school teacher one is like pretty fucking amazing.
He loves like playing characters.
Because you can either, with the school teacher one, you can either go the bad girl, like I'm in trouble, or you can do like the like I really want an A, like I'm an A+ student, like I want extra credit. Yeah, like
pretending to be like the innocent one.
And then all of a sudden you're like choking on his dick.
Yeah. I can tell you like one weird one that Mike didn't agree to.
What?
This is probably like so weird. You tell me.
Tell me.
Okay, so I got like a jar of peanut butter and I was like, put this on your dick and pretend that I'm a dog. And he wouldn't do it.
Wait, I honestly, like, this is so fucked up, but I thought you were gonna more so be like, I wanted him to dress up as like a priest, and like I didn't know where you're going with it. You're like, so I want to put peanut butter on your dick, and you wanted to pretend you were a dog or he was a dog.
No, that I was like the dog, and that because like people do that.
Oh yeah, and they have their like dog eat their pussy out.
Yes, or like their wiener.
Yeah,
and so
their wiener.
And so I was like, pretend that I'm a dog, and you put peanut butter on your dick,
and you're gonna get on your knees and start acting
and
like
give
a dog
him a blowjob. Yeah.
Wait, I don't hate that.
Isn't that hot though? I think
maybe
he
it's
was
more
like
so
he's
just
like, oh, it's a mess or whatever.
Yeah. Well, Mike, I don't know. I also, peanut butter is very fucking like sticky.
Yeah,
so
probably would like get stuck in his wee wee hole.
It would definitely be in the wee wee hole, but also I feel like for you, there's two ways it could go. Like giving a blowjob with peanut butter, it could be like you are so in it because you're having to literally like slurp and slurp, or you could get like
sometimes you can't like breathe whenever you're. Oh, I remember now.
Right,
you
like
have too much peanut butter in your mouth.
Yes, you kind of can't like swallow or even like breathe.
Swallow.
Like your whole mouth just becomes kind of like, what even is the word? Like,
I know
what
you're talking about. I remember as a kid putting too much peanut butter in my peanut butter and jelly, and I couldn't swallow.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I wonder how
that probably wouldn't have worked anyway.
Yeah. Maybe let's try something different. I just had recently a girl say she wrapped the dick in a fruit roll up.
Ooh.
And she went like,
but
ham.
I want to bite it then.
That's also an issue. All right, Lana, let's maybe not do the fruit roll up because Mike is gonna be like, so I'm in the hospital this week because Alex told Lana to put a fucking fruit roll up on my dick. Oh my
god.
Maybe like Nutella, something like, I don't know, something. We could get
some
creative
like chocolate
with it.
sauce.
Yeah. But I think it's fun that you're saying like this is a perfect example of you saying in your sex life you are like mixing it up. Yeah. And you don't have to have someone come in and be a third bitch.
Yeah.
Boom. See, you don't have to have threesomes to have crazy sex.
I'm all the woman that he needs.